Hi and welcome to the Nitty Kitties channel, and I'm Any Art Netty. Today we're going to be looking at 3 different art supplies. These 2 are skin tones and this one's based on makeup but with an art supply. This first one is FaberCastell 6-pit artist pens, and this is like an India ink. The second one is Windsor Newton Pro markers. This is a set of 6 skin tones, and I do believe this is set 1. And this I haven't opened yet. I've opened the other 2, but I haven't seen inside this one. This is Devonport colour sticks. So I believe there's a colour swatch included in that, so we will swatch them out and see what they're like, and you can be surprised with me, see if they're any good. Right, so I've asked a friend if I can use her likeness in this to test all these out, so that was very kind of her. It's the lady here. I'd originally done a portrait of her. That's the portrait, and that's in Prismacolor Premier. So that's what I'm basing this on. So I've got this, which I did in Spectrum Noir, and I'm going to be doing this particular bit with the Windsor Newton. And then I've got these little ones. Now I've tried these before and I'm not very impressed by them. Now these are more juicy, which I prefer, and these are not so much. They're very faint, if that makes sense, and less is more with them. So if we start off first by swatching out some of these supplies, I shall leave the Jane Devonport till last. So I've got this set out here, so tell you a little bit about each one. So the FaberCastell, as I said, they are India ink, pigmented with India ink, apparently extremely light fast, which is good for your artwork if you want it to last a long time. They are also waterproof, it's permanent ink, it doesn't have any smell to it, odourless, and it's acid free. They're pH neutral, and apparently these Pit artist pens, as far as I'm aware, are in 60 colours unless any more are added to this particular style of pen. So if we take a look at them, there's always one that gets stuck when I don't come out wherever you are. There we are. So this is what they look like. I'll pick up this one in particular. So you got this at the end. I'm not sure if this can be refilled or not, but if anyone knows, give us a comment down below. It looks like something that had come out and refilled. It's got a B on the end. I don't know what that stands for. I believe it means brush. It's a brush marker. So to my knowledge, the B means it's a brush marker. So it tells you all what I said there about it being waterproof, India ink, acid free. You got FaberCastell Pit Artist Pen Brush, and the name of the colour and the number, and also the light fast rating. So coral is 3 stars. So I'm sure somewhere I'll find that on the internet if you're interested, and I'll pop it down below. So let's have a look at what they look like. So there you've got the nib there. It's a very, very tiny brush. So as I say, I'm not very fond of these in all honesty, but they might suit someone else. We can't all be the same. So you see it's very, very light. I'd recommend that for a lip colour. I wouldn't do it on skin because it's too much. There's the cinnamon. I've tried to do them in an order as well, from darkest to lightest, and I'll show you how I do that with skin tones. There's beige red. That's a very light creamy colour. We got apricot. It's even lighter again. And pale pink. That's a very, very pale pink. and ivory, which is, I think that's the lightest colour. Yeah, it's got quite a yellowish yellowish tinge to it. So that's them swatched out. Coral, cinnamon, beige red, apricot, pale pink, and the ivory one. They tend to come off a lot, so I've only used them a few times, but these are coming off a little bit. So let's get this lady and colour in her skin. What I tend to do is the lightest colour first. So that would be here. Basically, think of it, the darkest colour is going to be, if you've got something on top of something, it's going to cast a shadow. So the shadow is where the darkest colour is going to be. So you can see under the glasses there, where the hair hits the face there, that's going to be where the darkest, and then it's going to go the lightest here in the middle of the forehead. Then here along the nose it's going to be light there, and then on the chin there. So then, like I say, with the lip colour, I'd say maybe the cinnamon just along there, just very lightly. See, it's a bit orange. Along there where the, depends where your light source is coming from as well, but just remember that it's going to be darkest where there's shadow. This is just the way I do it anyway. Different people will do it different ways, but I hope I give some little tips, because we all learn off each other. Where the nose is there. This is only very rough, it's not meant to be perfect, it's just to show you what they're like. And come down from there. I think because I'm used to using alcohol markers, that I'm used to them blending and stuff. So just around by there, meeting where that darkest bit is, if that makes sense. Then the apricot, it's just that little bit lighter. And we got a pale pink, and I'd go over that again. There's a brilliant video on YouTube that FaberCastell have made themselves that show how these work, and it's definitely a case of less is more, just like they've done on here. You see, most of that is white, so it's also, it's like graphic, is it called graphic design, something like that, where is it more for like fashion? I think I'd recommend that to a fashion student, these. Something like that I think would benefit more than someone like me who's used to alcohol markers. So that's the kind of thing anyway. I'm sorry, I've made a terrible mess of this lady's face, but I hope that demonstrates to you what they're like, and I don't know if they do any more. It's more a light skin tone, so they must do a darker skin tone one as well. So that's the FaberCastell, and in the next bit of the video, I shall show you how the Windsor Newton ones work. Pop them away. So next up, Windsor Newton. So now we've got these Windsor Newton Pro markers, you're going to see more that these blend into each other, the colours, whereas these don't. But maybe if you used a blending solution like Spectrum Noir or the Zestic blend, it may or may not work. I think there's some videos on YouTube that show that. I think there's a chap who did it when I was first looking how these work. So enough of that, and on to these ones. I think these are more juicy than the FaberCastell ones that I just demonstrated. But let's have a look what they look like. I've seen different packaging with these as well, but this is the one that I got on Amazon. So the back there, it's got a swatch, but it's always best to swatch them out yourself because they can be just a little bit different than that. So these are alcohol-based translucent ink. They're twin-tipped. There's a small bullet nib and a broad chisel nib, which I'll show you on one of these in a second. And that's pretty much it for them. I'm more used to Spectrum Noir than these, but I do like these ones. There was a garden centre where, there was a garden centre where I picked up 2 of them because the place was closing down, sadly, and I took quite a liking to them. Sadly, they're not refillable is the only thing, but they are cheaper. So there we go. That's the little bullet side, which is quite thin, the bullet nib, and then on this side, so you see the one that goes like that is the bullet nib, and this side is the chisel, which is very handy for doing bigger areas, and you've got that side for doing the smaller, neater areas. So if I swatch them out for you, we've got them here. So we've got I've done them in the wrong order. Ivory. Just double check that that's ivory, yeah. There's ivory, which is the lightest shade. Here's somewhere to put them so they don't roll off. Almond. You'll see they're quite wet, but they will dry a nice colour. There's satin. Putty. Soft peach. And coral. So the coral there, that's more of a light pinker to compare those two, and the ivory, this is a bit more vibrant than that one. So that's what they look like swatched. So if I show this young lady again, I've done her arm, her arm there in these, because I couldn't wait to use them. So again, the first thing I do is I get the lightest colour and put that where her arm is there, everywhere. And make sure, this is just the way that I do it. I'm not saying this is the correct way or anything like that. Make sure all that area there is saturated. So that if you turn it over, if I do this quickly while it's still wet, you can see right through it there. So the darkest colour, which is the coral, we're going to put that where shadow hits, which will be just by the side of the top here, and just where the armpit is there. Then we'll take the next colour down. Just do little circular movements like that. I just find it quicker to use the chisel side. Like that. And that'll blend into, they'll blend into each other, all the colours. And then just go over them again with the putty. Not actual putty. There we go. So they're all merging into each other, if you see. It'll happen even better if you use a circular motion like that. The satin. Use the almond. And just go from the darkest. And then the lightest again then is the ivory. And blend them all into each other like that. So we'll start again with her neck. We'll do the whole lot in one. So lightest shade again, which is the ivory, goes everywhere, and you make sure that's fully saturated. Work quickly while the paper's still wet. And these are very, very juicy. So there. You'll notice the paper will stay wet for a long time if you do this. Go in there. I've got colour her eyeballs in this time. There we go. Right, so that looks nice as it is, but we'll use 0618. So we'll start with the putty one, and then see where the hairline is. That's going to be darkest. I think that was too much pink there. Use that more for a lip colour, I think. This lady's got a nice lipstick on, so she doesn't need any. Like that. Where the glasses are, here. Where the neck is, there. The shading underneath there. Also underneath the glasses. And the nose. Anyway, she's got dimples there, and then maybe a bit there. And just under the eye, see? There, like that. Then we will take, these do have a bit of a smell to them because they're alcohol based, but they're nowhere near as strong as the Spectrum Noir. I just think it's a shame that you can't refill them really, but they are good. Nettie does recommend. So let's get that quick into that putty. So that's the satin one. So then you've got almond. Pop that in the next shade down. And then the last one is the ivory. And that's going to be where all the light hits there, like the nose, the middle of the forehead there. There we go. Oh, missed a bit. There we go. So that's the Windsor Newton Pro Markers. And don't worry if it looks a bit too wet at first, it will dry. And just put a little bit under her eyebrows there. But it will dry and then you'll see the shading then. So let's pop these back. So there is more of these, more sets than just this one. They do, I think, somewhere over 100 colours. I shall link you and let you know more about that in the description. But the one we're most excited about coming next is doing makeup with art, which is the Jane Devonport set. She does do a few more different things. It's like, almost looks like a blender. So it's like foundations, but you're doing it on a drawn piece of paper, like this model here, putting makeup on her. It's a strange concept, but a fun one, and we shall see what they look and swatch like next. So you can see that's dried a bit more, and you can see the shading. You can add more if you want to make it more vivid and that, but I quite like the look of that. You can see that darkest colour there is a bit too pinky, I think, but it might suit different bits of art. See, it's better to have a play around with them and see what you think. So if you see, yeah, it's come through there, and there's no harm with going over again with another layer and making them more vibrant. So let's open this up. First time. It's exciting. So we got Jane Devonport Making Faces Mixed Media. Colour sticks are a smooth, easily blendable, water-soluble, non-toxic gel crayon you can use on multiple surfaces. So there has been reports that they're saying that it causes cancer, but I'm pretty sure that's if you're going to ingest it, which don't use it as actual makeup. Whatever you do, it's purely for mixed media and art. So, wow, it actually looks like a makeup box. We've got another little model inside. If you can give her a name in the description below, I'd appreciate that. So what have we got here? So we've got the swatches on there, and we've got our model there. And I've got my other model here. So you can have another little play with them, create a few different looks maybe. So first off, this is very nicely packaged. I do have some more Jane Devonport to show you in another video. So this little bits here must keep them in place. So if I show you the colours first and what this actually looks like a lipstick. Jane Devonport, and this shade is called Moon Kiss. So it actually looks like a lipstick, and I presume it goes like that. Whoop. And away, down like that. Yeah, whatever you do, don't use this as a lipstick, please don't. Right, so we've got Moon Kiss, we've got Rice Paper, Wink, Magnetic Field. Shall we have a look at what some of these look like as well, but I will swatch them for you. Highbrow, Pucker Up, French Kiss. Oh yeah, by the way, there's like a little paw on the cap there. So that's on that bit. And then on that side, oh, it's just beveled. There's Pout. There's Eccentric. Deep Vein. Grey Matter. And Flutter. So I'm guessing these two are like a foundation. I'm not sure about these two. Maybe a foundation as well for darker skin. These are lipsticks. Eyeshadows, I presume. And the Flutter must be for... what's it called? Mascara. Mascara. So if we have a swatch of these and see what they're like. So they've gone that way. So if I go up down, because me being left-handed, I'll smudge them all over the place. So there we go. So if we go first like that, it's very much like an oil pastel. You can go like that as well. Yeah, that's instantly reminds me of oil pastel. Grey matter. It's slang for a brain, isn't it? Grey matter. There, like that. Very oily. Oops. There's like that. Deep vein. Strange name. That's a nice purple. A lilac-y kind of thing. Like that. Got eccentric. That's such a different name. They're going to do like that. There we go. That's a nice purple. Pout. That reminds me of a lipstick ad with a My Little Pony, that does. So that reminds me of 80s. French Kiss, a cheeky name. It's like a coral. La la. Pucker up. Mildly magenta. There. We've got highbrow. Yeah. It's dookie brown. Dookie brown. Poop. I don't like that colour, if I'm honest. Magnetic field. Yuck. I'm not a big fan of brown. Wink is next. It's another brown. Rice paper. It's like a peachy colour. Let's put that down a bit. Peachy colour. And the last one is Moon Kiss. It's like orangey. That wasn't what I expected. So, were they what you expected them to be? Or I think they're quite close to the barrels, the colours. The black is obvious, the grey there, that one there. It's just the browns I'm not very fond of, if I'm honest, but they'll come in handy for something. So, we'll keep that there as our swatch. We'll try one look. We'll try with the eyebrows. Let's give it a really dark eyebrows, this one. Hope she won't fall out with me. I'll try and make it look really nice. Maybe look a right show there. Some. There we go. So let's put some eyeliner on there. She's already got cat eyes on there. Eyeliner. Oh dear. I'm going to have to think with these and do some more research. Let's put some purple on there. Can't see it because of the glasses. Oh, what have I done to this lady? What have I done? It's, there we go. I'm not sure about these, if I'm honest. Let's have a look at what we can do with this. So if I try... Oh, this is a different type of paper. So... and then I'll try this, and then up there like that. That's a very 80s look. And if you can smudge them a bit. Like. Oh, fish cakes. That's terrible. I wonder if I does anyone wear the blusher like that anymore? No. Oh, I'm making these ladies look a right state. And then put this lippy on you. No. I'll definitely have to have a play around with them. I'm very sorry to my friend there. That she'll never get me doing her makeup, ever. No, neither will this lady. So anyway, I hope you've had fun looking at these different art supplies. And pop that away. If you get this... Oh, well, that's just improved it a lot, hasn't it? Look at that. If you do end up getting these, I hope I haven't put you off them. Join me on Instagram. I'll put a link down below. And tag me and show me that you can do better than I've done. I want to see someone who's done an absolutely outstanding job with these. I'd love to see it, because... nah. So anyway, I've been Any Art Nettie, and it's been an absolute pleasure to show you these. Thank you to my lovely friend for this one's better. Let's cover that. Thank you to my lovely friend for letting me use your image in this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you again, LV426 Media, for all your editing and everything. I'm so grateful. If you could stick around, and there's more videos coming with more art supplies, and I'd be grateful if you click subscribe, and then there's the bell. If you click all on that, you'll be notified of all our videos, and it'd be a pleasure to have you around and to stay. Okay, bye for now. Thank you.